Hey friends, how you doing? Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. I'm the TheTranspondster and we're playing The Sims 4, doing a speed build. I'm in Chestnut Ridge today and I'm actually doing kind of a barn inspired build. It's not really a transition barn, but it's built to look like one. Yeah. It's inspired on a real life build actually that was sent to me by a friend. It really only had a couple pictures for me to go off. There was a video attached to it, but I had to make an account and log in, and I didn't have time for that. So I didn't watch the video of this house, but it is there, and I'm under the impression that it is free. I can put the link to the house down below. But yeah, it was kind of cool looking, so I thought I definitely had to recreate it, and this was my take on that. It's a little bit modernized, so I like that feature, but it still has some country charm to it. So I kind of wanted to put it in Henford originally, but I'm running out of lots over there, so we're over in Chestnut Ridge this time, and I actually don't mind. The landscape here is so beautiful. I think I've only ever built in Chestnut Ridge once, and it's probably actually on the same lot that I'm building on now. I made a converted barn, ironically, into like a wedding venue, and I used it in my own personal save file, and my maid of honor and best man both died because we had a winter wedding, and even though the aesthetic was there, the mood was definitely ruined after that little incident. Anywho, I know theoretically I don't have to do this whole wild chimney thing that goes around the actual chimney, but I like the look of it, and because in the photo of the build it kind of had something like that, I felt like it was only fitting. And the front door is not actually at the front of this build, it is on the side, kind of tucked out of sight. The main focus is these big bright windows on these like barn fronts and backs. I don't know what to call it. They're just feature walls. And I do get a door on the backyard as well there. I use the island living ones. They're nice and big. They act as windows too. These are basically the only windows that we're going to have in this whole build. So I will have a bathroom that doesn't have a window upstairs, one downstairs, and one in the middle. There's going to be 3 bathrooms here, even though there's only 2 bedrooms. We've got our half bath here under the stairs off the kitchen hallway kind of area. And then there's the ensuite, which is going to have like a built-in walk-in shower. And upstairs is the full bathroom with the bathtub shower combo. There is going to be a Murphy bed upstairs, so technically there is a guest bed, so that would be the guest bathroom. Plus there is a child sim living in this house, so she will have that bathroom too, technically, which is kind of a score as a child, not gonna lie. This house is open concept, but it is somewhat sectioned off, not too much, so that's kind of nice, easy for your Sims to maneuver through. And upstairs there's like an office loft type area, so your child sim can kind of hang out in that space. There's a second TV, so that's definitely a bonus. And then the kitchen here, there's like your formal dining room that's off the living room on the right there, and in the kitchen you have a nice island, and then there will be a small eating kitchen table, kind of like a breakfast nook type thing, but it's smack in the middle of the room, not tucked in a corner, not nook like, but you know, it's still a cute little area to sip your coffee in the morning, especially in front of the big, nice window doors there to your backyard. I make the backyard nice and aesthetic too when it comes down to the landscaping. It mostly just ended up being crammed in together, and it brought in that nice cozy feel. I really like the way the lighting turned out in this build too. Definitely a vibe. I did section down some style choices in this one as well. It's kind of a modern farmhouse take, which obviously, given the exterior of this build, I just brought that inside and I use the style sorting to kind of help me achieve that. It just makes it easier rather than looking through the whole massive catalog of things. I also, one of the pictures on the website link had a photo of the kitchen, and it definitely wasn't this rustic looking, but it was blue, and this was the closest blue that I could get to the counters that were in the the photo reference that I used. And by counters, I mean cabinets, not the countertops. And so, anyway, that's why I picked the horse ranch ones. Obviously, they were also fitting the farmhouse vibe, so I do have to point out a special mention to that burglar alarm that I plopped in the front entrance. I am so happy to finally have burglars in The Sims. You have no idea. This is something that's been missing since The Sims 4 came out. Here's that little walk-in shower that I was mentioning. I just used those wall shower heads from those packs that they come with. I think I ended up picking the Lovestruck shower head. And I do section that off as its own room technically, so I can lower down the platform one space. Your Sims can just step down like a normal step, but it makes it more shower-like because the water wouldn't be splashing everywhere. Upstairs, I added the cute little towels and a bath rug because it does have the bathtub, and it is the daughter's bathroom too, so it is a little more childlike, just with that pop of color in the towels. Downstairs, I kept it very black, very white. The colors that I do end up bringing through this house are going to be blue, inspired by that kitchen, and then pops of like a toned down yellow, and obviously sage green. I'm always a sucker for it. Who isn't? But yeah, I like the color scheme in this house. Very cool but warm at the same time. Cozy, welcoming. I love it. It really, like, this isn't a farm family. They're gonna have a chicken coop out back and a small garden space, but the mom's gonna be into flower arranging, so I don't really anticipate the garden space to be used for veggies. It's not like a homestead type thing. The chickens are just a hobby thing, a cute pet. They're gonna have a cat, a dog. I have all the necessities for those pets in the build, so you're set, ready to go there. I feel like I never get the chance to use that funky teal curtain swatch in the curtain choice that I picked. I think it's the eco lifestyle ones, but yeah, it was a little exciting to be able to finally use those. I try here and there, but I always feel like it's too bold, but because the rest of that room was very toned back, I felt like I could pull it off. Plus the living room's got this kind of retro funky rug to bring that style out a little more. I guess it's the modern mixed in with the farmhouse here, because these two choices don't scream farmhouse to me. Definitely the more modern side. Cozy quiche. I hate saying that that word. I never know if I'm saying it accurately, but I like the color items that came with that. I used a couple throughout this build. Why am I having so much trouble talking lately? This is like an on and off thing throughout my life. I just go through phases where I forget how to speak. I don't know. It was feeling a little cramped there, so I took away from the living room a little bit. This is more your formal living room, I'm gonna say, but they do have the TV there because this is a family home too. Even though they only have one child, they've got the two pets. It's where they all kind of collect at the end of the day and just wind down, maybe some family movie nights here and there. Much more comfy than the pull-out couch upstairs. Plus, I don't think there's enough seating. I guess there is because I have some side chairs tucked off, to the side. But yeah, anyway, I feel like movies would be watched down here. Easy access to the kitchen, more popcorn, more drinks, the whole 9 yards. Upstairs, I feel like is more the child's territory just because the parents' bedroom is downstairs as well. I feel like it just would naturally occur. So there are going to be some kids stuff going on in that loft area, and in the child's room, I start to get some like teen focused hobbies set up because I feel like it shows the natural age progression. Plus, then you don't have to worry about this home getting update if we're talking save file days because I'm gonna have these families developed. I plan on going in with Master Command Center and really fine tuning all the relationships and whatnot. Up here is that desk area I've been going on about. Love the big windows again. Realistically, there aren't a lot of windows in this house when you break it all down, but it feels like it when you're in the rooms with the windows. And because it's an open floor plan and the way I've sectioned off the bedrooms to have those big windows, it makes it seem like there's way more. But you have two entire sides. Actually, I'm going to say three because the way that this is like an L-shaped build, but you've got all these sides with 0 windows on them. So it's pretty neat how that brings in all that natural light still. Pretty impressive, one might say. Yeah. So you can see how that room up there is not nearly as cozy as these two down here, especially with the fireplace too. Total vibe. Art style wise, here's where I start to change a couple things up. The chair colors, make them pop with the teal and the yellow again. I think that's going to be the brightest tone of yellow you're going to see here. And yellow just kind of naturally happened, more so because as soon as I went with the blue kitchen and was trying to decide on the color scheme for the rest of the house, I just thought to myself, okay, you're gonna end up with blue and green again, and it's so typical. Let's pick a different color. And then green ended up in the mix anyhow. So it is what it is. Upstairs, the daughter gets a little bit of pink in the mix. I think that's gonna end up being her kind of color scheme when she grows into her teen years and moves out. The pink, blue, bubblegum, kind of preppy, poppy girl. I give her a guitar and a camera to grow into. I believe that she can actually use the camera for the photography skill already, but I am not actually 100% sure right now. I can't remember off the top of my head if kids can get the photography skill or not, mostly because I don't do a whole lot of gameplay, so when I do, I'm not always thinking to remember these kinds of things. Oh, if you see, yeah, I fixed that window pretty quick because I noticed these things too. I hate that glitch where your windows like blend in with the wall and you just gotta click on it and put it back to fix it. So annoying. Landscaping here, I kept seeing this from like the overhead managed world view of this lot, and it looks so barren when I just had like the shell of the house here. But adding in just those couple trees, and then when I put in the backyard, I do the fencing and all of that, so it definitely makes the lot look more filled out, and I am quite happy with how it turns out in the end. I just feel like everything's blended nicely and it makes sense. It's a cohesive flow of things in the back here, and even like down to the placement of the garbage and things like that. It turned out a lot better than I expected this house to. Kind of because this wasn't a house I was on the search for. It was just randomly sent to me in conversation, and I thought, I kind of like this vibe. Why not? I need some inspiration. I'm kind of between builds. Let's go for it. And yeah, it was, I guess, what I needed, because we have not built in Chestnut Ridge yet. And here we are, filling out that save file, one more build at a time. We'll get there one day. Obviously, chickens in real life need to be fenced in. In The Sims, they're not going to wander away anywhere, but I had to go for that realistic touch. You know me. If you don't, learn that one fact. I am building with realism in mind, so whenever I can, I will. I can't tell you if that mat under the stairs is functional or not. I kind of hope it is. It would make sense for it to be. Pets are small. They would be able to fit there in real life. So, Sims, please just make it work for us. Fingers crossed that works for us. But I know me, I'm going to forget to play test that one. So I do apologize if it doesn't work, but I suggest keeping it for the aesthetic because it fills out that empty space there. Here is the backyard. I know it's been going for a little bit, and now, of course, it's flashed away, but I throw in a couple little random activities there. Lots of outdoorsy things. They can also hang dry their laundry. And I put in a little pumpkin, like jack-o'-lantern table that comes with the spooky stuff pack, but I never use it, so that was kind of the only reason I put it in here, so that this house could have, a little different touch to it. Never have that in other houses, so this family is a little quirky like that. They're the cool daughter with the pumpkin carving station in their backyard, because why the heck not? This family doesn't even grow pumpkins, but they're set every single Halloween. Don't you worry. Got you covered. So yeah, just finishing out with some more little details here and there, but this build is pretty much done. So I'm going to start to wrap things up. Thank you so much for being here throughout this video and throughout any other videos of mine that you've happened to watch. If you've watched them all, oh my gosh, you're the best. But yeah, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, show your support however you're able to. It means the world, whatever you're willing to do. It helps me out in that YouTube algorithm game. So yeah, and most importantly, have a wonderful rest of your day, guys. Bye.